Выпили, обсудили дела, и тут такое. Если книги попадут к федералам, они закроют нас навсегда. Нутром чую, без Морелла здесь не обошлось. Если книги попадут к федералам, они закроют нас навсегда. Нутром чую, без Морелла здесь не обошлось. Нутром чую, без Морелла здесь не обошлось. Нутром чую, без Морелла здесь не обошлось. Нутром чую, без Морелла здесь не обошлось.
Паршивый сегодня день.
Том, никто не должен узнать. Начни с бифа, но ничего ему не говори. У меня для тебя новая тачка и еще кое-что для особого случая. Когда Фрэнк увидит Лупару, он все поймет. Это давняя традиция.
And now for the latest news. The Navy is today continuing its search for the remains of those brave souls lost aboard the airship USS Akron. The Akron was destroyed in a violent thunderstorm off the New Jersey coast Tuesday morning, with the loss of 73 of 76 aboard. The disaster stands as the worst aviation accident on record. Yesterday, one of the survivors, Lieutenant Commander Herbert B. Wiley, spoke to members of the press and gave a brief account of the tragedy. He also spoke of the survivors' rescue by the German tanker, Phoebus. President Roosevelt has described the loss of the Akron as a national disaster and said that he grieves with the wives and families of those lost and the nation. We will bring you more on the disaster and the Navy's search as we receive it. Thank you for listening. We return now to our scheduled programming. Broadcasting live from Behringer's Department Store, this is WBDS. Stay with us for more.
Томми, что стряслось?
Слыхал что-нибудь интересное? Что-то, о чем Дону следует знать?
Возможно. Сколько заплатишь?
Есть 20.
40.
Ладно, говори.
В городе ФБР. Морелло им что-то пообещал. Не знаю, что именно.
Кто слил?
Малыш Тони подпоил одного парня в черной кошке и потом подвез до дома. Вот и услышал кое-что. Лучше спроси его.
Ясно. Спасибо.
Всегда пожалуйста, то.
Welcome to a WLH Sports Report. There's a sense of anticipation as we await the start of the big game. Our very own Lost Heaven Lancers are out on the road, deep in enemy territory as they take on bitter rivals, the Empire Bay Cannons. This year's Gold Series is shaping up to be one of the best on record, with both teams matching one another blow for blow. Despite the Cannons' home field advantage and an early lead in the series, the Lancers have bounced back and have really taken their rivals to task. Many of the plaudits and column inches have been dedicated to one man. Lancers pitcher Bunny Smith is one of this year's standout performers. And with this series tied at 3-3, he may well be the key man that brings the Wispman Trophy back to Lost Heaven. But doing so will be no easy task, as standing in his way is opposition captain Foghorn, Jack Seidel. His solo home run in the bottom of the fifth inning of Game 5 turned events in favor of the Empire Bay team. Victory was canceled out by the Lancers in Game 6, and we now have a powder keg finale that is sure to have everyone glued to their radios. Can Bunny Smith bring it home for Lost Heaven, or will the Cannon's towering redhead have the final say? WLH 570 Lost Heaven Radio will carry live coverage of the final game of the Gold Series, and we hope you'll join us in wishing our boys well. And now, back to some of the latest musical numbers.
Как твои дела, Том?
Да знаешь, не особо. Что там был за парень от федералов, которого ты домой подвозил?
Зашел сюда пропустить стаканчик, а выпил десяток. Он стережет один дом, там федералы кого-то прячут.
Где?
Оук-Хилл, угол Пайн-стрит. Он дал мне десятку, чтобы я подвез его и рот держал на замке. Выдал мне, что советник Гелотти договорился о какой-то сделке между Морелло и ФБР. Они кого-то крепко собираются прижать.
Какого хрена ты нам не сообщил?
Я сообщил, Том. Сразу пошел к Фрэнку и все ему рассказал. Он Дону не передал?
Нет, не передал.
Том, что случилось?
Он хочет забастовки? Серьезно? Я спрашиваю. Мы все тут мечтаем найти хоть какую-нибудь работу, а эти уроды с завода еще и выкобенивают.
Верно говоришь.
We return now to the coverage of Game 7 of the Gold Series. And by the looks of it, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be underway any minute now. The crowd here in the Armory are restless. You can almost taste the tension as we approach this, the deciding game between these two famous rivals. More than a little bad blood between them, and more than a couple of nasty flare-ups in recent years. Of course, this occasion, more than any other, could prove feisty, what with the drama that closed out the previous game. That, of course, saw the Lancers win to tie the series, and it's not often Empire Bay and Lost Heaven can boast the game's best current hitter and pitcher, respectively. I refer, of course, to Foghorn Seidel, a man mountain with a shock of red hair, and Lancers star Bunny Smith. Speaking of Smith, he is jogging, I suppose you'd say, between his teammates, issuing last-minute orders. They seem responsive to whatever he's saying. He commands respect from his team, that is for sure. My goodness, there must be some nerves among some of the younger Lancers. Elms, Graves, and Nicholson. Smith seems to have touched them up. That's good to see. That's what a good captain does. The cannons lineup is meandering over to the home team dugout. The Lancers are slowly taking up their position, so we can't be too far away from the opening pitch here at the Armory, the home of the Empire Bay Cannons. Stay with us for more.
Алло? Да. Здесь нужна помощь. Ребята, если кто в Норд-Парке, тут неосторожная езда.
Big break reds are the
Полиция
smoke that
заметила и
just
преследует
keep on tasting
подозреваемого.
better and better. Long after it's been extinguished, the taste of a red stays with you. A strong man needs
Подозреваемый затерялся в деловом районе. Мы его найдем.
A strong man smokes Big Break Red. The mission of Lost Heaven Radio, our city's
Он ушел.
public
Вернитесь
service
к патрулированию.
broadcaster, is to
Поймаем его в
serve
другой раз.
you. Start your day with WLH 57.
Похоже, это здесь.